You are watching the South Dakota Public Television Network. It's TV worth watching.
Well, 100 years of progress made a million dreams come true. With dreams from South Dakota and the will to see them through.
During the past year, South Dakotans from across the state have been celebrating 100 years of statehood in the longest birthday party in our state's history. Just as South Dakota's landscape is filled with variety, South Dakota's people form a potpourri of cultural and ethnic heritage. So the ways in which we choose to celebrate 100 years of statehood reflect that variety. South Dakota Public Television crews have been crisscrossing the state, covering the wide variety of celebrations, and putting together a number of pieces that reflect the cultural heritage that is uniquely South Dakota. Perhaps the largest and longest running event of our centennial year, the Centennial Wagon Train, also involved the largest number of people. Beginning with the May 10th send-off and ending at the State Fair in Huron, the Wagon Train was the centennial centerpiece for almost every town in South Dakota. SDPTV's Diane Chamberlain and our SDPTV crews hitched a ride on the Wagon Train to give us this report.
You are where I spent my childhood. You are where I went to school. You are where I learned my values and was taught the golden rule. You are where my roots are planted now and always will be. Your name is South Dakota and you mean the world to me.
Wagon-wise, there's over 100 wagons signed up to leave here today, and probably about 45 of them are permanent wagons that will go the entire summer.
It's exciting. We just are from El Point. My husband is leading the outriders, the horses in the parade, and we like the old-fashioned days, and so we've all dressed up. The kids got dressed up, and we've been going to all the activities, just as a little bit of our way of participation.
This is the start of our 90-day, 1,000-mile trip that will circle western South Dakota for most of the trip and cross the Missouri River about the 15th of August at Fort Pierre and go to Huron to the State Fair. This morning I'm not sure until we get lined up here just how many wagons we do have, but we sure should have 75, 80 wagons at least. We've been working on it for 2.5 years now. It has come together real good, and Philip has put on a great celebration for us here, and that's what's going to make this whole trip a success, is what these people here in western South Dakota and around the Philip community especially have done for us. It looks like mass confusion around here right now, but really it's pretty well organized, I believe. Everyone's staying out of everyone else's way, and they're loaded up in big shove and they're ready to go.
We talked about this one time on a deal when we were entertaining some people along the Cheyenne River, and decided when the opportunity come along to tie into this event that we were going to be a part of it, and here we are. We advertised it in the Draft Horse Journal. Had some correspondence with other people we knew, plus it was advertised with the Texas Draft Horse Association, along with a multitude of other statewide draft horse associations. And as far as the rules and regulations, I hate rules and regulations. I'm kind of a nonconformist, and we just don't have a lot of them. I guess what we had in mind was a devout feeling for the people that were here before us, the pioneers, whatever, and I think the main idea behind it was a tribute to those people that sure made it a better country and a better place to live and kept it free. I guess probably for myself, I'm real interested in the country remaining free. I think I value my freedom more than I do my life.
Well, the way the agreement was, we would take the wagon train to every county seat in the state. So we put a pin on every county seat. And then we connected the county seats in a way that made some sense as to where we wanted to be. And then once that was set, we knew we had to be at hearing on the 29th of August. So then we began counting backwards. So the day we're at your town just is the day it happened to be counted back from May 29th.
We have 26 to 30 boys on the train from the ranch, and we have 50 horses to harness every morning, and we have 21 wagons, and my job is to make sure that all the horses have shoes, they're taken care of, and basically I'm in charge of the boys in that capacity. The main thing is feeding them, making sure the harness fits properly on a long trip like this. It's important that the harness fits so the horses don't get sore and so that they don't have problems down the road. The boys really help us out with that, and they each have their own team, and they enjoy working with the horses, and they really get attached to them and really do a good job.
In a deal like this, we just all kind of pitch in, and tonight we're cooking, I don't know, it's about 250 pounds of pork loins that we've got stuffed inside of here, and I know as we were talking with some of the support crew that come here this morning with the wagon train, you know, they're up at 6:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they have to travel 25 miles by horseback, and they get here, they have all sorts of chores to do, and then of course everyone tries to entertain them for another 2-3 hours, so the suppers, they say, are very greatly appreciated because it just is one less thing out of the day that they'd have to do.
You don't look at any country any better than you do when you see it between the ears of a horse. And it's unique in a different way of actually seeing the country. When you go down the road 50, 60 miles an hour, you're flying 10,000 feet in the air, you don't just see a great lot. When you go along 4 miles an hour, you get time to look around. We just had beautiful cooperation from everywhere. And the enthusiasm of the people who go through the country can't help but impress you, you know. It's really a unique experience and a unique event. Some of us thought when we got started on this we'd maybe lose a little weight, but I think we're gaining. We've had a feed or two in every community we've been to, and they just get bigger and better the further we go. Oh, I think it makes you feel like you kind of like to be around the next 100 years to go on the next one.
As I lay with my grandson last night looking up at the stars out of the sleeping bags, I had a new thought that I should have had yesterday. But the thing I think came out of this whole Centennial is the word pride. I watched cowboys and ranchers and stuff have pride in their heritage. And we got into these little towns, the pride the town had, and so many towns went wide open to take care of the wagon train. They had feasts and parties and different things for them. But at the same time, they're being proud of their state, they're being proud of their town. And I guess that the one thing that I really saw happening in the Centennial in South Dakota is that word pride.
Well, in case you've been wondering, as you look out over our beautiful infield here and the covered wagons and all, we have over 130 wagons that have made the trek in here to be present with you today. Let's welcome them at this time, the South Dakota Wagon Train, Eastern and Western Union. The honorary wagon master for the Centennial, and he's been held in high esteem by both wagon trains as they crisscrossed this state and visited all those communities and courthouses, and he's our very special guest today. Will you please welcome the Honorable Governor of our state and his lovely Lady Linda. Ladies and gentlemen, George and Linda Mickelson.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be able to have the opportunity to be here. I can't help but appreciate, as THOMSON has mentioned, that this is the largest crowd that has ever been at a grandstand
we just hope that we hope and we think that the communities in our state got a lot of good out of this and a lot of fun, had a lot of fun and enjoyment out of doing it. And I guess I'm confident that they got as much fun out of doing it as we did. And if they did, well, that's great. We're glad that we did it. And I guess if we had it do over again, we'd do it. We're ready to get home now.
So I will stand beside you, and you always be my home. God bless you and protect you. This land